We've had a busy first half. Clearly, it's not all about the numbers, but the numbers look pretty good. I think revenues will grow about just over 17%, EBITDA at about 33%, and earnings per share, adjusted level anyway, at 40-odd%. So the numbers optically, we think, look pretty good. Underneath that, of course, the business is working away, and I think we've been pleased to see good progress across the whole of the company. So all of the product lines have done well. We've made a very, very nice acquisition in our Ingresso business, and we're seeing expansion all over the world. So it's been a strong and confident first half, I think. Yes, I think we've announced that we've won 40 new pieces of business in the first half of the year. Maybe I'll just pick up on two of those. The first one is a very large resort operator in Mexico called Xcaret, and we're pleased that this should be the largest ever win for our Siriusware business. Pleased on a number of levels. First of all, that it's the largest ever win, of course. Secondly, that Xcaret are a fantastic client, and we hope that through time we might be able to sell them other technology stacks from across the business. Thirdly, that it's in Mexico, and whilst we have fairly big ticketing business in Mexico, this is the first time we've been able to secure a large point of sale, sort of resort management, guest management type contract there. So we're excited about Xcaret. On the other side of the business, why wouldn't we think about Village Roadshow, an Australian theme park operator, the largest Australian theme park operator. They have decided that they'd like to install Passport, our general admission ticketing platform, for all of their e-commerce requirements and at their front gate. So the software driving the tills at the front gate and driving the kiosks where you might retrieve a ticket, or the iPads being used as mobile points of sale at the front gate. So again, very pleased with that. They're a lovely client. We've just, in fact, now had the kick-off meeting. I know we've had a few of them visiting us in Florida, and we're looking forward to getting going with that contract for next year's operating season. So accesso Passport is the software that I've just mentioned, the product I've just mentioned, which we sold to Village Roadshow. And I suppose it's multi-threaded. That group, holders might recall, we bought in 2012, end of 2012, we made that acquisition. And I remember at the time, it was about 30 people. And I've literally got back last week, at the weekend, in fact, from Orlando, and it's now over 200 people in that group. And I suppose there's a number of things underlying the growth. First of all, we seem to have tipped into a position of market leadership on that platform. And we've now secured 4 or 5 of the world's largest attractions operators as clients around the world. And clearly the product is maturing very rapidly as we start to incorporate lots of their ideas and our ideas. And the product's just extremely good and continues to outperform any of its competitor set. Again, and this is news that holders will know well, we're just thrilled to have been chosen by Merlin to be their global e-commerce and ticketing partner with that platform. And the rollout of that product continues. I think at the half-year point, we were probably 65-ish% complete on that rollout around the world. The majority of that will be done by the end of this calendar year. And that gives us a platform serving clients in, I think, 22 countries, in 18 languages and goodness knows how many currencies, which serving Merlin, but also which we can leverage to serve other clients. So Village Roadshow would be a good example of we're already selling tickets and doing front gate point of sale for Merlin in Australia, and we'll be using the same infrastructure and the same people, and obviously an expanded team as we now start to serve Village Roadshow. So queuing, again, holders will know low queue was the starting point for accesso as it is today, our low queue queuing business, and we've had an exciting year for low queue. The founder of low queue, his original premise was that queuing in theme parks was overrated. In fact, queuing wasn't a very good idea, and wouldn't it be nice if we could have a queueless theme park? And it's taken until this year for us to find a partner around the world, and for the technology, frankly, to advance significantly enough for us to have a queueless park operating with a very substantial operator in Florida. And it's wonderful to see that vision come to life, and guests not having to stand in queue lines at all through their day. They can virtually queue. And importantly for us, they're using a wearable device that we launched at the end of last year, which we call Prism, which is a watch-type device about the size of an Apple Watch, which is ruggedized and waterproof and we can use for everything from payments to triggering photography in a park, or for managing queue lines, or for triggering interactive experiences of all types. And so we're thrilled to have both a queueless park and this new device out in the world. And we're hopeful now, in fact we know that one of our very large queuing customers is going to replace their entire QBot estate with our Prism device over the next year or 18 months. And we've got lots of interesting use cases and conversations going on with clients around the world for it. So we're looking forward to seeing the queuing business continue to develop over the next few years. So yes, we've done 2 acquisitions this calendar year, one within the first half period, a company called Ingresso. It's a fantastic company, Ingresso, and in fact many London residents might have already either knowingly or unknowingly been customers of it. We sell a good percentage of London's theatre tickets through Ingresso. They're in effect what I would describe as a global distribution system for tickets. So they have a piece of middleware, software that talks to distributed ticketing systems all over UK's theatre market and other markets, but principally theatre to start with. It aggregates all that data and then works with partners like Amazon and Groupon and Last Minute to distribute those tickets. So if you buy a ticket from Amazon in the UK, or if you buy a ticket from Ticketmaster in the UK for theatre at least, our systems will be serving those tickets to you as a client and giving you live pictures of what's going on in all the theatres around the West End, so you can pick out an individual seat. Clearly we see an opportunity to expand that business around the world, and of course to plug in all of the systems that we currently operate for clients around the world in terms of more ticketing inventory. So if we can get all of our ski customers, and if you remember we have about half of the world's ski resorts, or certainly outside Europe half of the world's ski resorts using our software, about 40% of the world's theme park, or the North American theme park market, we think we've got a lot of ticketing inventory we can plug into this solution and expand the geographical reach of the Ingresso business. So that's Ingresso. Just after the end of the period, we bought another business based in San Diego called the Experience Engine. And this is a fantastic company we're very, very excited about. Hard to explain in less than about half an hour, but I'll try. It's a business, it's all about using data to personalize your experience. So whether we're working for Carnival Cruise Lines, who are a very big client and about to launch their Medallion program, which is a new guest experience program that they're spending a very substantial 8-9-figure sum on this year. Or whether it's working with a theme park operator or a fast food restaurant chain. This is about what do we understand about you how can we deepen our understanding about you as a consumer by consolidating all the information we have about you in a way that we can either offer you a better guest experience, so make sure you're having a better time than you might have otherwise by removing sort of clutter and unnecessary contact points with you, or how can we suggest things to you which we think will improve your experience. I appreciate that's quite a difficult concept to get your head around, but what I can tell you is everywhere that we've rolled this product out, we've got fantastic consumer reception and customer and operator confidence in the product, and we're looking forward to introducing them, of course, to a number of our very substantial customers, and those conversations are going well. Multithreaded, I hope, our ambition has been from the very start to grow a global business, to become the biggest single software vendor of scale around the world, serving the leisure and attractions markets. I think we're well on the way to doing that. I think, well, the first thing is we're going to continue to acquire more customers. So we've got a fantastic and capable sales team around the world talking to customers. If you're a very substantial group and you're changing out your ticketing system, it's not something you do on a whim. You probably do that on some kind of timetable. So our job is just to make sure that we know what those timetables are on, for the biggest groups around the world, and when they're contemplating changing something, we're in the right place with the right product. We'll continue to invest very heavily in our products to make sure they are the right products. Last year, 17% or so of our revenues were spent building our, improving our products, and we'll continue to do, spend heavily making sure we've got the best products in the world. We'll continue to sell more things to our existing client base, and a big part of our strategy has been to cross-sell other products into customers who may only have one or two of our platforms. We'll continue to think about M&A where it's appropriate. I think we've got most of the parts and pieces now for our business, but I think there are certainly other things that we could be doing, and I continue to actively look around the world. And clearly, as a company of a bit more scale now, you know, the scope of companies that we can consider purchasing has increased. So what else? I think just try and do a great job for our clients. That's the best thing we can possibly do. If we continue to try and be the very, very best client, best partner we can be to operators, from cruise lines to stadiums, to theme parks, to water parks, to ski resorts, to wheels, to towers, to concert venues, to places that we have as our clients. You know, we're going to do our very best to be the best vendor in the market and see where that takes us.